Now, it has been over 45 hours since Liverpool beat Manchester United 3-0 at their home turf. But the aftermath of that loss is still ringing loud because criticisms are continuing to pour in against players and the manager, in particular, Erik Ten Hag. No surprises there. The Northwest Derby is one of the biggest fixtures in Premier League. The result of this derby decides how a club's season will pan out. And given United were helpless, they conceded 3 goals and failed to score even one, it's safe to say the club is in shambles. And the script is no different from what happened last year. But before we get to Ten Hag, the more delicious topic, let's address the player under the scanner first, Casemiro. The Brazilian lost the ball twice in the game, which Liverpool eventually capitalized on and scored at Casemiro's expense. The Man United midfielder has come under some fire, some even saying he's finished. The extent of the ire was such that Casemiro's wife had to share a picture of the trophies the Brazilian has earned, just to let critics know what he's achieved. And to add fuel to fire was the statement Jamie Carragher made about Casemiro, saying, "Leave football before it leaves you." But that isn't the case here with the Brazilian. I understand he's having a bad time, but the player isn't entirely at fault here. Casemiro is 32. His legs aren't what they used to be at one time. He cannot play alone in the central defensive midfielder position. Even top players like Modric, Sergio Busquets got support from other players around. But at United, Casemiro isn't getting any of that. Despite that, Casemiro was one of the star performers for United against Fulham in the Premier League opener, which puts question marks over manager Erik Ten Hag once again. It's his job to create a strategy, a plan to let situations like this not happen. The tactics and game plan should come from him. The answer to the Casemiro conundrum lies with Ten Hag. That is why Erik Ten Hag was at the center of all the anger after the loss against Liverpool. But despite the trolling and an embarrassing loss against arch-rivals Liverpool, Ten Hag didn't take the blame for the loss, a pattern that only seems more unsurprising now after so long. And a tad irksome for Manchester United fans in particular. The Dutchman was defiant and continued to hold his ground even after this result.
We won after City the most trophies in English football, so I'm sorry for you. It's not like I'm Harry Potter, that is what you have to acknowledge.
We found one person who isn't a Harry Potter fan, but that is an indignant Ten Hag lashing out at the media after this defeat, saying he is no wizard, but maybe there is a desperate need of some miracles here. Also, instead of taking the onus, like the head of a team always does, the manager bragged about winning the most trophies after City in the Premier League, a legacy that Erik Ten Hag has not had a hand in and one that he has not contributed much to either. Winning trophies is important, but apart from an FA Cup win and the Carabao Cup, United have failed miserably in Premier League under Ten Hag. Given United's stature in English football, a 3rd place and an 8th place finish in back-to-back seasons isn't a resume Ten Hag should be proud of. He's lost 25 matches after taking over in 2022. 2 years and a win percentage of just over 50. That isn't something United have shown historically. Just to give you a context, well, since 2022, Manchester City have lost just 8 matches. Arsenal only 11 compared to United's 25. That's the stark difference between United and other top sides in the Premier League. So instead of taking the ownership or working on the plans, Ten Hag chose to boast about the trophies. Not he alone, United have won. Boasting about a legacy that you have inherited just won't do. In fact, if it wasn't for last year's FA Cup win, Erik Ten Hag's exit was confirmed. The owners were planning to get rid of the Dutchman. But as soon as he won the FA Cup, the management suddenly saw potential in Ten Hag.
Erik has our full backing, and we have worked very closely together in this transfer window. We're going to continue working very closely with him to help him get the best results of the team.
Maybe that's the reason why Ten Hag was so bold even after losing to Liverpool. He has the backing of the top management. But how long will that last? Now, we've seen in the past a club like United demand victories, something they have failed to do in the last 1 decade. The club is hungry for Premier League, Champions League, some European success. Because a few trophies do not define success at a club like United. It's the Premier League position that really matters, something former manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said during his stint.
It's not like a trophy will say that we're back. No. It's the gradual progression of being in and around the top of the league and the consistency and the odd trophies. Sometimes a cup competition can hide the fact you're still struggling a little bit.
But Erik Ten Hag right now will need some more Wingardium Leviosa about now. For the uninitiated, it's a chant to levitate. We're talking Harry Potter here, and the club is in major need of some levitation. From the slumber they find themselves in, if Ten Hag fails to execute something this year as well, the exit doors would swing open, and then, of course, no magic wand, not even Dumbledore's Elder Wand, can save Erik Ten Hag.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.